I am going to show you the two easiest ways to make money with your 360 camera. I've been around 360 videography and photography for a while, from explaining the 360 Fly 4K at CES, and I've put 360 cameras just about everywhere, from race cars to airplanes, submarines, and I even helped put one in space. So I have a good idea of how it all works. And I want to let you know I've used a lot of 360 cameras, and the only 360 camera I would buy to try to make money on it is the Insta 360 OneX or the Insta 360 OneX2. I will link to an Amazon link down in the description part of the video where you can click on it and get it there. If you want to go down this road, I would definitely use the Insta 360 products. The software is amazing, the image quality is amazing, the stitching is incredible. With that said, let's get on to how you can make money with your 360 camera. The first way is through virtual tours. Now, the slick thing is to have that dollhouse look like a Matterport. Matterport charges a monthly fee, so you kind of can't make as much money because you're going to be siphoning some off to the Matterport. I've already done a video on Metareal, which is a cool piece of software. Same type of thing, creates the dollhouse look, except there's no monthly fee under a certain amount of usage. It's usually one or two projects, so you can get your feet wet, decide if that's something that you want to do, and then upgrade to the paid plan. But you're not going to put anything out for just trying out to see if you like, doing these or doing the 360. So the second way is something that I've been waiting to tell you about, and that is more of a VR application. And so I got hooked up with a town, Moundsville, West Virginia, and they got a lot of things to do down there. And at trade shows, they wanted to put headsets on people and let them experience real quickly some of the things they have down there. They have, kind of an old-timey homestead where you can walk around. They have an awesome park, Grandview Park down there, where you've got a zip line and other tons of stuff to do. And you have the Palace of Gold, which is, I believe, the Hare Krishna's headquarters in the United States up in the hills of West Virginia, and it is absolutely gorgeous and something that you have to see. And then the third thing is the former West Virginia penitentiary, so you hear all the stories and the ghost stories and everything that went around in the jail. And these were all awesome things to kind of give someone a little bit of an experience of before they decided to travel. I'm in Pittsburgh, an hour and a half down to West Virginia, and experience them for themselves. So I like this because it actually you can charge a little bit more because you're going down to film the experiences. I went down there, filmed 4 things in one day. I loved it, got them all packed up, and I said, okay, well, now how am I going to get it? At the time, we were doing Oculus Go's because they were cheaper and we could deploy a couple of them. And I had to figure out how to sideload a menu, when you first put it on, a menu world that you look around, and then the 4 buttons that you click to take you to those experiences. And I thought, that can't be that hard. Downloaded Unity. Unity is a great program, but it is a game engine, and it is not designed for 360. So there were some hacks that you had to do, and you had to wrap the 360 around a sphere and then go inside the sphere so that you're looking at the 360 from inside the sphere. It got a little more complicated than I wanted to. Is it doable? Absolutely. And then it's a one-off where you sideload it. It was very hard to do with my Mac. Into the Oculus Go, and it's a standalone application that you do. That got real messy real quick, and I wasn't getting anywhere with it. A lot of coding, and I got screwed up. So on the night that it was due, I think a couple hours before, one last desperate Google search, and I came across headjack.io, and it was everything that I thought. It's actually, I'm using the template called Kiosk, because what you do is you just upload a picture, a 360 picture, and it creates the world as soon as you put on the headset. And then you upload each individual project. So I had 4 360 files that I just uploaded, and then you make a thumbnail for each one, and literally, as you can see, you just click on each one. It takes you to it. You can get out of it at any time. You go back to the menu and click on the next one. And it was a lifesaver for me. It absolutely was everything that I wanted to do and more. And I say and more because what ended up happening is, at the time, one of the places was left out, so I had 3. Well, I went and filmed the 4th one, and instead of going around to each headset, I just uploaded it to headjack.io. The next time someone put on the Oculus, they type in a code, and then it downloads any media that's been different from before. So if it already had all of them in, it would just start up and you'd be in and you can use it all day. But since I added something, it said, hey, wait a minute, downloaded the other experience, no matter where it was. I didn't have to go touch this thing. It was all cloud-based, and it updated. And that was super cool, and a benefit that I didn't even think about having to do if you need to change something, add something, and the analytics. The headjack.io tells you how many times someone's accessed it and how many times, in a day. So now you could see if the people that you gave at the kiosk, if they're recommending it, if they're actually doing it, how many times they've shown it. And it was a really great piece of data point that I would not have had if I had just tried to do this through Unity. The reason I waited on this one and didn't make a video about this yet is because it was only in the for Oculus Go for the longest time, and I was waiting for them to get the app in the Oculus store for the Oculus Quest 2. And finally, recently, I'd say about a month ago, they did it, and I was so excited to see it. I tested it. I went back, used the same code, got me right in, downloaded the files, and then it was working on the Oculus Quest 2. Actually, a really, really great piece of software. I highly recommend it if you're going to do stuff like this. But as I said, there's the virtual tours that with the houses and everything, which is great. A couple of pictures, takes a couple hours to do, and you can charge, X amount. With this kiosk thing, with all the data that you're going to bring to the table, with the updating, the remote updating, and the videos that you have to go out, like I did zip lining, and then I did a whole bunch of stuff where it took a lot more time to make the video and everything like that. So I could charge more. And I think it was a cooler product that when you can do it and you didn't have to mess around with side loading. So I hope that helps somebody. I hope you start using your 360 camera, and I hope you make tons of money. And if you like stuff like this, please give it a like, share it. I'll bring more of these things in the future. And thanks for watching.